Ilifaka tu kawa. Rawa, rawa. Ilifaka tu kawa. You strong, help Tribekin. Tribekin live all places, all of world within great water. You strong, help Tribekin. We family, we strong, you stronger. Bilkamak, run, prize beast, run. Bull Tribekin, chase away. Bilkamak, fear. You bring, he follow you, yes. Bilkamak, prize beast, you find, he follow. Bilkamak, love meat, give meat, he follow, you go. Go, find Bilkamak. Hot, fire, cold, dizzy drink, happy tribe. Tribekin live all places, all of world within great water. Yontar.
One moment. Can I help you?
Your efforts in Raven Rock have proven most invigorating for my husband. I haven't seen him this pleased in many years. You have? You have no idea what this means to me, to my family. Reclamations, bless you. Well, you've certainly proven your worth around here to me. Please,
No,
accept this
Counselor.
gift as a token of my
Afraid we're
appreciation.
going to fall short once again.
Very well.
Admiral Arano,
Cover the
second
difference
counselor
from
of
my
Raven
personal
Rock.
treasury.
How I
Your
hate
coffers are
that
running
title.
low, Counselor.
Damn
At
fool's
this
going
rate,
to get
your
himself
treasury will
killed
be
over it
empty by
someday.
next winter.
It doesn't matter, Admiral.
He's in
I'm
grave
responsible
danger,
for those
and yet he
people, and I'll
continues
make
to
whatever
place himself in
sacrifices are
harm's
necessary
way.
to keep them alive.
When I fall asleep at night, all I can do is hope he'll still be there when I awaken. This island was never meant for us. There's too much death here. I assure you, if I could convince Admiral to do that, I'd be on the next ship back to Blacklight. Unfortunately, Admiral and Counselor Morvain are very close friends, and they will never abandon one another, despite my feelings. I'm the wife of a second counselor, and certain things are expected of me. The most important thing is that I stand by Admiral no matter how I feel, and I intend to do that until we get off this miserable rock. Admiral and I lived in Blacklight, the capital city of Morrowind. House Redoran has improved Blacklight substantially over the last 1,000 years. Its grandeur rivals that of Mournhold itself. The root spire where the Council of Great Houses meet is something to behold. I haven't seen the city in over 50 years. Even for a Dunmer, that seems like an eternity. Regardless, I hope to return there someday, which doesn't seem likely given my husband's commitment to Counselor Morvain. Good journey, traveler.
On behalf of House Redoran and as
May I have a
Counselor
word
of
with you,
Raven Rock,
Counselor?
I bid you welcome.
I was concerned about our food stores. Jalan can only carry so
Solstheim
much
is
on
theoretically
its journey.
under my
I'm
rule,
afraid we might run out.
but without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway. Well, there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skarl Village. They pretty much keep to themselves, and we both like it that way. Then there's Tel Mithrin to the east. The Telvanni live out there. Sort of a strange lot. But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and reeklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this. It used to be one of the richest ebony mines in Morrowind, but it dried out years ago. Now, we're barely holding out here. Without the mine, Raven Rock doesn't feel like it can last much longer. You've never heard of House Redoran? We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the Council, the ruling body of Morrowind. This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses: Telvanni, Dres, Indoril, Sadras, and Redoran. Well, of course, with 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory. Pity that one of our own people doesn't fully grasp our ways. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library. My doors are open if you wish to discuss matters involving Raven Rock.
Assisting the Redoran Guard with the Ash Spawn attacks has earned you quite the reputation here. Keep it up.
Traveling beyond the
appreciate the
bulwark will
help
be
you've
much
been giving
safer
us.
as a result of your victory at Fort Frostmoth. Many thanks. One moment.
May I have a word with
You look
Counselor?
familiar. Of course, Sindiri.
The only mistake here belongs to
I
you.
was concerned
You're a
about our
wanted
food
woman,
stores.
and there's
Darren
no way
can
I'm
only
letting you
carry
walk
so much on
away.
each journey, and I'm afraid we might run out.
Very well,
Garen
you're
to
free
see
to
if we can't
go.
increase the crop
Next time
production
you
this
might not
season.
be so lucky.
Sorry, Sindiri. I fear we'll be feasting on ash yams a bit more often this year.
One moment. You look...
Good day, friend. Keeping well?
Have you found Verona yet? I could really use some tea. Well done. Here are some septums for your troubles. If you come back in a day or two, I should have the spell worked out. You can buy it from Talvis. Now, what did I put? I've pried open another of Hermaeus Mora's dead. Well, that's annoying. How did she die? There are more and more of those things showing up around here lately. Oh, I suppose you'll have to find me a new steward. Try Raven Rock. They are in awe of me there. I'm sure almost anyone would be willing to serve me. Well, somebody needs to get me a new steward. It might as well be you. But if you don't want to help a master wizard of House Telvanni, possibly earning his favor, you're a fool. Excellent question. Once word gets out, there will be a lot of people to choose from. Someone with a brilliant mind and a robust physique that is blindly obedient would be ideal. Oh, and they need to know how to brew tea. Ulves always waters it down. Yes, Hermaeus Mora is devious, but then so am I. Now, it's only a rumor of a whisper of a conjecture, but I think this is the place. Now hurry. That book might contain the final secrets of Xerxes, for all we know. Don't be ridiculous. Of course I can. The question is, should I? I suppose if it's going to be done right, I'll have to do it. It's the homeland of the Dunmer. The lesser races call us Dark Elves. We built great works there, like Vivek and Aldrun. Many of them are destroyed now, either by Red Mountain or the Argonian invasion. Don't take too long finding me a steward.
Are you here to pray, or perhaps pay your respects at our ancestral tomb? There where we inter our dead. They are sacred places, meant to honor their passing. Sadly, we've been unable to use the ancestral tomb beneath the temple as of late, and have resorted to other locations to scatter the remains. Those foul vermin, the abominations we call ash spawn, have risen from the ashes of our own ancestors. They're befouling the memories of our forefathers by defiling their remains. Thank you, Wanderer. That would be most kind. Here, this key should open the door to the tomb. The Dunmer race doesn't bury their dead, or leave them to rot inside a stone sarcophagus. When a Dunmer passes, his body is given to fire, so he might return to the ash from whence he came. The Dunmer don't believe that death is the end. We believe that it's the beginning. The reclamations are the true tribunal, the Daedra that consecrate the Dunmer people, Azura, Methala, and Boethia. We call them the true tribunal because they have reclaimed their place in our hearts from the false tribunal that came before. Sotha Sil, Amalexia, and Vivek represent what was beings who won the Dunmer people's hearts with their actions, but blinded them just the same. They were aberrations, false prophets. They used their status as heroes to shield the true tribunal from our minds. But now that they've been destroyed, the light can finally shine upon the House of Reclamations. Be cautious, friend. The Ash Spawn are soulless beings with no regard for compassion. You honor the reclamations with your actions. This will not be forgotten. Spirits be praised. I'm hoping you didn't suffer much at the hands of those foul beings.
Please, accept this as a token of my thanks.
May Azura, Mafala, and Boethia guide you.
Stop right there. Where have I seen you before?
The only mistake here belongs to you. You're a wanted woman, and there's no way I'm letting you walk away.
Very well, you're free to go. Next time, you might not be so lucky.
One moment.
You look familiar.
One moment.
You look familiar.
One moment.
You look familiar.
The only mistake here belongs to you. You're a wanted woman, and there's no way I'm letting you walk away.
Good enough. I'll just remove any stolen goods on you, and then you're free to go.
If you've got any gripes, check in at Morvain now. Second Counselor Arano will sort you out.
Don't pity me. And don't look at me like that. I know what I am. Would he give me skooma? I might do it for some skooma. Come back when you do. I could swing a pickaxe. Doesn't everyone pity the hopeless? Look at me. I'm no better than a beggar. I used to be a miner. A good one, too. I made more gold digging up ore in a month than some people earn in a lifetime. When the mine dried up, I was lost. I have no other trade, so I spend my time drinking my fortune away at the retching niche. Or I used to, anyway. That fetcher Geldis won't even allow me inside. Said I was bad for business. If I want to spend my last bag of coins getting drunk, that's my business. What does he care? You can try. If you can get that stubborn mule to let me into the niche, I'll make sure you get what's coming to you. I was one of the wealthiest miners in town. I could haul up almost 3 or 4 times what the average digger could. I never saw the end coming like it did. The mine running out of ebony. Unlike most of my fellow miners, I was too foolish to save enough coin for that day. The rest I spent on Sujama to drown my sorrows. Councillor Morvain was kind enough to allow Rurns and I to live in one of the abandoned buildings. At least it keeps the ash out of our eyes. Bless you, Muthsera. It might take more than a simple request to change Geldis's mind. It can be quite stubborn.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sujama that will ever grace your lips. The Redaran Guard have spotted a pack of werewolves in the mountains. The hunters up on Frostmoon Crag might know more. Haven't heard anything lately, but check back with me. You never know. There's actually a funny story behind the name, friend. A few years ago, I was walking down by the docks, and I noticed a Dunmer staggering along with a bottle of Sujama in hand. He was one of my patrons and liked to drink heavily, so I wasn't exactly surprised. But you see, this particular Dunmer was as naked as the day he was born and singing badly at the top of his lungs. As I'm watching this spectacle, a netch floats over the bulwark towards him. The man looks straight up at the netch, yells, "Have a drink!" and tosses the bottle. And it never hit the ground. Well, the bottle broke on the netch, and it must have swallowed its contents because it started floating sort of tilted. Finally, it stopped and began to quiver. A few moments later, the foulest liquid to ever assail your nostrils spewed from its maw. I've seen plenty of drunks in me day, and I'll tell you right now, that netch was sick. True story, friend. True story. Are you nuts? Neil Arthur's crazy, or he talks to mud crabs. It would have to be someone pretty desperate. You might ask my apprentice Drovis. Lately, he seems to be hard up for coin. The finest Sujamma to cross your lips, friend. Me own personal formula that I call Sadri's Sujamma. In fact, I've just added some new ingredients to the mixture that I think makes it taste better than ever. All I need to do is get the word out that it's ready, and they'll flock here for it. I was kind of hoping you'd say that. Here, take these samples of the Sujamma and spread the word. If you get rid of all of them, there's something extra in it for you. Have you seen the poor girl? She's a mess. Oh, she used to be richer than Councillor Morvain, and she's spending it all drowning her sorrow. As much as I love making coin, I can't watch her do that anymore. I won't. I suppose you're right. If she wants to spend her life at the bottom of an ale mug, it's her choice. Tell her she's welcome back any time. Safe travels, Outlander.
I'll give you this warning only once.
You got a problem,
stay out of my
you
way,
talk to him.
and we'll do just fine.
They serve the best Sujamma I've ever tasted over the French Neige. Worth every coin.
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you. The day I refuse Sujamma from Geldis is the day I sprout wings and fly off this rock. Well then, I suppose I'm off to do what I do best. Here, this was something I carried around in happier times. Maybe you can find a use for it. Would he give me skooma? I might do it for some skooma. Come back when you do.
If If you're dealing
Destroying
with
the
me,
ash spawn
there's
has made
only
it
one
safer
thing
to work in the
remember.
fields.
Pay your
Thank you.
debts or end up hurt.
I should mix some of this into my next potion. Who knows what would happen? Not on your life. I'd sooner try to swim back to Windhelm. Yes, I'm proud to say that I grow or harvest most of it myself. I only wish I had a better source for netch jelly. Those creatures are difficult to track down since it's so dangerous beyond the bulwark. That would be splendid. I'd be more than happy to give you something for the effort. I think I can teach you a thing or two. After we left Morrowind, we found ourselves in Skyrim. We wandered around a bit and ended up in Morthal, where we took up temporary residence with Lani, the town's alchemist. I was fascinated by her work, and over a period of a few years, she taught me quite a bit. It wasn't long before we became homesick. We were the only Dunmer in Morthal. When word reached us that a settlement of Dunmer was forming on Solstheim, we were thrilled. It's been difficult, but I'm not regretting it one bit. In fact, I'm glad we've been able to stay and help. As you can imagine, the eruption of the Red Mountain took an awful toll on Solstheim. Hunting for game has been scarce, and the waters are apparently too tainted for fishing. According to Councillor Morvain, my husband's been Raven Rock's most important food source for decades. Careful with those netches. They may look tame, but they can seriously hurt you when threatened.
With the Ashbourne threat,
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my...
Deserve.
If you're dealing with me, there's only one thing to remember. Pay your debts or end up hurt. Take that swill and pour it down a well. Not on your life. I'd have to be truly desperate to do that. Fight well.
My work. Murgle doesn't lend coin to outlanders. Look somewhere else.
Always nice to speak to someone from the mainland. Sure, got nothing better to do. May your path be free from danger. I hope you enjoy your stay in Raven Rock. Need something?
Don't pity me. And don't look at me like that. I know what I am. Would he give me skooma? I might do it for some skooma. Don't waste your life like I did.
Your actions here have been a blessing to us all, Sergio.
Oh, hello. You looking for a handout or something? Well, tell Geldis that Miri says she really appreciates it. Now, why would I want to work for House Telvanni? Besides, Naloth is a madman. Next time, then.
If you ever need apothecary supplies, spare some coin for a lost soul. No, I can't. It may be poison. I'd saw off my own leg for a septim. He couldn't pay me enough to do that. I was one of the Veteran Guard under Captain Veleth's command. A few years ago, I was out on patrol with 2 other men when we were attacked by some ash spawn. They sprung from the ground with no warning and killed one of my companions instantly. I was so frightened I ran all the way back to Raven Rock. Unfortunately, I'd left the other guardsmen behind and he never made it. Captain Veleth discharged me from service. There isn't a single night that passes where I don't regret what I did. But it's too late for that now. Another day of misery.
My husband Vendel feared visitors would shun Raven Rock. I'm glad to see he was mistaken.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve. Well done, friend. Find me that stash of wine. I'm itching to be rid of it.
Assisting the Veteran. My apologies for doubting you, Sergio. What? Oh, no, thank you. I need to keep my head clear. I appreciate the help you've been giving us.
Destroying the ash spawn has made it safer to work in the fields. Thank you.
Always nice to speak to someone from the mainland.
Your actions here have been a blessing to us all, Sergio. Spare some coin for a lost soul.
Modin Veleth, Captain of the Veteran Guard, at your service.
You haven't seen Cretius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again. No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know. I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Cretius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble. Perfect. I was just thinking about heading over for a drink. Thanks for saving me the trip. Well, it's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here. So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart? Good to hear. Damn layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine? Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone. Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle. Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back. And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it. A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up on my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us. That he did, right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect. Well, I'll be. That's the one. What happened to Esmond? I told him not to head up there. Sounds like the bloody fool got what he deserved. Here, I want you to take this key. Head inside my house and unlock the door in the basement. Help yourself to whatever you like inside. I won't be using it anymore. A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften. I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Rife, a very talented armor smith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since. It's the only tool tough enough to crack Skyrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Cresius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it. Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that. I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do. Gods, that's rich. Work for Neloth. Find my pickaxe yet? Gods, that's rich. Work for Neloth. You've been a good friend to me. That means something.